I'm at the airport again on my way to Atlanta, Georgia to take my Step 2 CS exam. I want to take you with me and let you know what my experience is along the way. Let's go.
Why do I feel like I'm running? Always chasing after something.
It's like I'm in a tropical rainforest in the airport.
Why do I feel like I'm running? Searching all the world for one thing.
Now I gotta go to Walmart across the street because I forgot my iPhone cord and my phone's at like 10%. So I'm gonna go grab a cord, charge my phone, and then I'll get back to the hotel room and we'll talk about the Step 2 exam. All right, what's up everybody? So tomorrow I'm taking the Step 2 CS exam. I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia, taking the test. You know, there's only 5 locations you can actually take the test. Atlanta, Philadelphia, Houston. We have a problem. LA. And who knows where the other one's at, honestly. Oh, Chicago. What did I do to prepare for the test? I used first aid for the Step 2 CS. You know, I used first aid for Step 1, so I figured I might as well try this first aid for Step 2 CS as well. I also bought the U-World. It was only like 50 bucks, and so I figured, you know, for a $1,000 test, I might as well just buy the U-World. It basically says the same thing. It just gives a few different cases that the book doesn't really have. I'm gonna go to bed a little early tonight so that I get a good rest. I gotta be there tomorrow at 7:45, which isn't too terribly early when you've been working in the hospital all year long, but I wanna make sure I get a good breakfast in and then make it there in time. I will check back in with you soon. I've prepared well. You know, I don't really think that there's anything that's going to surprise me too much. I think the other thing I'm kind of nervous about is I'm a little nervous about the differential diagnosis part, because the other parts that are graded are, do you speak English, which I only know English, so I think I got that box checked. And then the other one is the patient encounter, and I mean, I could talk to a rock, I can talk to anybody, so I'm not really worried about talking to the patient too much, but the note and the differential diagnosis is probably the thing that scares me the most of the whole ordeal, but what can you do? This is part of being a doctor. So anyways, I'm gonna call an Uber and I'm gonna head over to the testing center now, and then I doubt that I'm gonna be able to film much of the testing center, but right when I get out, I'm gonna come and we're gonna chat a little bit and I'll let you know how it goes. All right, see you soon. What's up guys? All right, back at the airport. I just got done with my Step 2 CS exam, and I'm gonna go see what Atlanta has to offer because my flight doesn't take off for another like 6 hours from now, and I'm not one to just sit around the airport lounge and wait around. So I'm actually gonna change into some different clothes, take the train and head downtown, and then we'll talk about how the exam went for me and some tips for when you take your exam as well. All right, everybody, I am downtown Atlanta right now, right outside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. First of all, have you guys seen this place? Chiefs, you gotta get your act together, man. I know Arrowhead is the loudest stadium in the world and all, but this is pretty sick. All right, second of all, man, this weather, this is like St. Martin weather. I'm loving it though. After having that cold winter in Detroit, I cannot complain. But anyways, so what else about the Step 2 CS exam? I think the best advice I could give is practice those cases with a friend, because there's nothing really like simulating what you're going to be experiencing on the real thing, because these patients are, you know, professional actors. So I think if you simulate the cases with a friend, not only can you do the physical exam maneuvers, because those all take time, so you have your timing down pat, but you can also just get used to, you know, asking questions on the fly and try not to forget all the things you have to ask a patient during a short 15-minute encounter. All right, y'all. I'm bumming in this hotel just to get some water because I am dying. Oh, it's got oranges too. All right, hitting the road. Let's go see some more stuff. It's got something for all you track nerds out there. I'm in Atlanta, which was the site of the 96 Olympic Games. So, some of you may know, some of you may not. I ran track when I was in college. I ran at the Olympic trials in 2012 for the 110 hurdles. So, coming to the Olympic Park is something that's pretty cool for me, and definitely something that I would recommend any track fan to check out when they're in Atlanta.
Why do I feel like I'm running? Always chasing after something. I'm searching on the world.
That's for all my track nerds, but I have one thing for all my medical nerds that are watching this vlog. Right across the street from the Centennial Park is the American Cancer Society. Before you leave wherever you're coming from, make sure you lay out all your clothes, including your white coat and your stethoscope, so you absolutely don't forget those two things, because honestly, that's really the only thing you actually need for the test. I gotta say, the one thing I've noticed about Centennial Park though, is it also... Okay. Welcome to the world of Coca-Cola. Grab yourself an ice cold Coca-Cola. Made in America with crappy ingredients that make you overweight and have diabetes. But still refreshing whenever you need one. All right, so Coca-Cola product, so I'm allowed. Man, this heat feels good. Okay, so last thing I wanted to say is just remember when you go in there to have a lot of confidence, okay? You are the doctor. That's the scenario they give you. They say walk into the room like you're the only person that can take care of that patient. You've worked hard for this, and you've studied for 3 years for these cases, and everything they give you is going to be so straightforward. You just have to pull the information out of your patients. And then just remember that you are the doctor. You're there, and you studied your butt off to take care of these patients. And we all have the nerves, we all have the jitters. It's kind of like step one, if you remember how, you know, you get done with a block and all of a sudden you remember the answer to that question, but you can't go back. That's exactly how step two is. You get out of a room and you remember exactly what you should have asked them or the information you should have pulled out of them. And that's okay. In real life, we'll be able to go back and take care of our patients the best way we know how. So I am gonna go find some food, find the subway station, and head my way back to the airport. Hope you enjoyed this little tour of downtown Atlanta. I was the only person in line for security. I got through in 30 seconds. Crazy. Alright guys, a couple more things before I let you go. Just landed in Detroit and we had some crazy turbulence along the way. So I had a couple things that came to my mind, you know, a little coming to Jesus moment, I guess you could say, as I was on the airplane. So how crazy would it be if we did a case control study testing the amount of germs that there are in the hospital versus the airport? I bet the results would surprise us because these airports are disgusting. Secondly, a couple things got me through the day today. I will say Frizz Ease by John Frieda, you have passed the test. Hair still on point after walking around and sweating all over Atlanta and being in the airport all day long. And secondly, this is not a sponsored video, but Old Spice, if you'd like to sponsor your first medical student, I'd be happy to be a representative for Old Spice, because the person that sat next to me would thank you for your deodorant protection, because that turbulence, God, it made me sweat more than Atlanta did. All right, anyways guys, I'm home and I will sign off for now and I'll see you later.